in the background here. Got my cat
We're
over
live.
there.
I sure hope so. We're live. Hello,
let's
and
go.
welcome. Hello, and welcome to the Punk Rock Libertarians podcast, episode 567. I am Jared, and tonight I'm here with the chairman. I'm here with a couple of chairmans, some chairmen here. We've got the chairman of the Quality Learning Caucus.
Yes.
Alex Schlegel.
Hello, everybody. You could join our Quality Leering Center for just defrauding and stealing taxpayer dollars and creating false leering centers for your children's. So sign up.
Sounds good. And then I'm also here with James Babb, who is the chairman of the Wine Mom Resistance Caucus.
Yeah, I'm in charge of the third tactical dildo wing. That it's not the resistance we asked for, but it's the resistance we got. So
how are those blockades going?
Let's dive let's dive right into it today. We've got this Pam Bondi. So I guess she was in front of Congress, right?
Yeah.
And she's getting grilled here. This is Thomas Massie. Unfortunately, it's Facebook, so it's got like the fucking rectangular bullshit going on, but we're going to play through it anyways. Here we go.
And your organization made this massive failure and released the victims' names. Are you able to track who it was that obscured Les Wexner's name as a co-conspirator in an FBI document? Do you have that kind of accountability?
I believe Wexner's name was listed more than 4,000 times.
Yeah, I already told you that. This is where he's listed as a co-conspirator.
Can I finish my answer? Come on, let me finish my answer. We corrected that within 40 minutes. He was already, you're acting like everybody's trying to cover up Wexner's name.
Reclaiming my time.
I'm going to answer this question.
Reclaiming my time.
Mr. Chairman. This is how this works.
Can I have my time back? Mr. Chairman.
The gentlelady can give her answer. The time belongs to the gentleman from
All right, I'm reclaiming my time.
Can I give my answer?
So I'm going to put the language of the bill up on the screen.
Chairman, may I give my answer on that? It's a political joke, and I need to give my answer on that.
We'll let the Attorney General respond, and then the gentleman can move to the next question.
It's my time.
Within 40 minutes, you asked me a question. Within 40 minutes, Wexner's name was added back.
Within 40 minutes of me catching you red-handed.
Red-handed. There was one redaction out
where
of
he's
over
listed as a co-conspirator.
And we invited you in. This guy has Trump derangement syndrome. He needs to get, you're a failed politician.
Gentlemen,
you need to get on
you to watch the video.
matter.
Chairman, please restore his. Who's responsible? Are you?
Well, first of all, is he a failed politician if he's won like 8 consecutive terms?
Yeah.
I mean, not like being a good politician is a good thing, but like language-wise, like is that not ridiculous to say?
She just immediately just went to the Trump talking points there about Massie, the
Trump
derogatory
syndrome.
Yeah, like
I
very
think by failed politician,
very failed congressman.
I think
he's
what
a
she
liberal.
means is he was unable to achieve APAC funding.
Right.
So yeah, he is a failure in her eyes.
Yeah.
Right. Failure to kiss the wall.
Right.
Yeah, total takedown by Massie.
So yeah, this Les Wexner guy, he was Les Wexner, former CEO of Victoria's Secret.
Total scumbag.
Dude,
Total
like,
scumbag.
The more of this stuff comes out, it's just like it is. I mean, we knew it was bad, but did we know it was going to be this bad? I mean, what do you guys think?
Yes. Well, I have to say, even I was shocked that I could have a lower opinion today than I did a month ago of these bastards. Right? Like,
Yeah.
What's changed your mind, or what's furthered you
I
along
didn't-
the path?
Well, like first of all, I didn't even know it was possible because these people were like the lowest scum of the earth that I've even ever imagined exist. Right? I knew they're pedophiles. I know they're, warmongers. I know they don't, they'll kill hundreds of thousands, millions of people. They don't give a crap. But just the stories about the kid auction where he's measuring their vaginas and threatening and telling the one child rape victim that if she says anything, she'll end up as fertilizer like her friend. And it just goes on and on and on and on. And like, oh, what do you need 250 gallons of hydrochloric acid for? some of the most evil shit has been exposed, and it's just
Speaking of evil shit, here comes Otto to join us.
Otto.
Guys.
How you feeling, buddy?
Sorry, I had to go pick up my son from basketball, and I forgot to message over. Sorry, guys. Well, hello.
Anyways,
Yeah,
we were
we're
just
just
talking
getting
about
in.
Massey ripping Bondi a new one.
Yeah, that was great to see. That was really, really great.
But guys, the stock market, Dow Jones goes up. You know,
Yeah,
stocks
let's
are at
find
all-time
it.
high.
We need to
Why are
find
we
it.
talking
So
about
I-
the
oh,
Epstein
here we go.
files?
Yeah, when I
What are
cheat
we
on my
doing?
wife, you know, honey,
Dude, we've got
understand,
some
but that
other
was-
we've got other
Yeah.
good Pam Bondi videos. Like
Here's a good
she
one.
really like exposed herself.
The Dow right now is over. The Dow is over $50,000. I don't know why you're laughing. You're a great stock trader, as I hear, Raskin. The Dow is over 50,000 right now. The
She doesn't even know what that
S&P at
means.
almost 7,000. And the NASDAQ smashing records. Americans' 401ks and retirement savings are booming. That's what we should be talking about. We should be talking about making
Aren't you the fucking
Americans
Attorney
safe.
General?
Dude,
Like,
the
We should
memes
be
from this have
talking
been
about-
so
What does Dow
epic.
have to do with anything? That's what they
You
just
can stop
asked.
it.
Are you kidding?
Mr. Jordan.
Oh my god, dude.
Dude, the memes from this have been so good, right? I mean, like, tell me I'm not tired
Child
of them yet.
trafficking? No.
Like,
So is that
there's
picture
no-
from the files? I hadn't seen that one in the corner.
it must
Yeah.
be.
I mean, dude, it is. I mean, I was listening to Jay Dyer the other day, and it was just going deep into the files, and it's just like, my God, these people. I mean,
But you know what-
They
what
might
they're
not. They might not get judgment in this lifetime, but it is just sick, depraved. It's just awful, and it's like the fact that this is, to Massey's point earlier. She's just like, well, it's been released. But it's like this has been going on for decades. This has been going on for multiple administrations. These people have just been involved for.
I mean, what
for
does it
years
matter if
now.
it's been released? No one's getting
Exactly,
rounded up
that's-
and thrown in prison
yeah.
yet, right?
Exactly.
Not even
They're
close.
not.
Like
Not even a
G
fake
Lane's
trial.
not even on trial yet, is she? Like
Yeah,
it's
she's still out here pleading the fifth. Like how?
Yeah.
What? How do you still have? Like how can you still be out? Like, yeah, it's
you're the
crazy.
Attorney General. What do you talk? Like, why are you talking about the fucking stock market?
Yeah.
Like, are you
is-
Trump's cheerleader or are you like the Attorney General? Aren't you supposed to be like the leader of all attorneys, like all
just an
state
employee.
attorneys?
She's just an employee for the regime. She plays the role, the same role that Bongino, RFK,
Cash Patel.
Jr., Cash Patel. These people are like, I think of them as like ablative armor, right? Like they take the damage to protect whatever is in the interior.
Mhm.
They're completely sacrificial, right? So it's a sacrificial armor that just, like, oh, you're going to completely trash all their reputations, but that's their job. And they sign up for that. And, their job is to be humiliated, et cetera, but nobody cares. They have no, they have no long-term career interest beyond what they're doing right now. So
Well, just like I mean, in Massey basically caught Cash Patel that he lied under oath because
Yeah,
when he was
liar.
saying like they redacted the victim, or they didn't redact the victims, but they redacted the suspects, right? And he said, "Oh well, I caught you red-handed. You did it 40 minutes prior to the or 40 minutes after this testimony or this hearing began." And then he brought up the question. He showed the video of Cash Patel saying that, like, oh, well, we have no evidence of anybody on the Epstein list trafficking, like engaging in human trafficking. So, like, right there, it's like you fucking lied under oath. Like, he should
But
be
you know-
beheaded in the public square. And
yes, you're right. But if you rewind the tape and you look at those things, he was always full of weasel words.
Oh, okay.
Always really rich in the weasel words, like in the file. Like, I don't have any evidence of that he was trafficking anyone in the file. He would like, why did you say it that way? Right? Like, because he knew he had the evidence, but they had this thing over here called the case file. Oh, it's not in the case file.
Yeah.
Well, somebody was like, don't put that in the case file. And they're like, okay, we won't. Right. And now he gets to go on TV and say, well, it's nothing in the case file. And so, of course, this is about deception, but it may be harder to find him like literally lying because they're so good at choosing their words.
Yeah, choosing the words carefully, and everything's like carefully redacted or compartmentalized so that, and they're clearly briefed, or not briefed, but like coached up prior to this, because it's like, exactly to Jared's point, like, what the fuck are you talking about? The Dow Jones? You're out here giving like a political stump speech of how great things are, like how MAGA America is right now, and it's like, what the fuck? Meanwhile, the victims are like right behind them.
Yeah,
like all the victims were there present.
Right.
Like what a like.
It's just the last gasp of a dying regime is what this is.
But it's also a sort of a controlled demolition to me, because like we're all talking about this stuff, but you notice what Massie didn't talk about was the blackmail and the shaping of U.S. foreign policy as a result of the blackmail, right? Mm-hmm. Yes, it's about billionaires doing horrible things. Yes, it's about these children victims, but that's just the surface level of this bullshit, right?
Never got into Goyim Lives Matter. Never got into that.
But and Massie does talk about this, right? But it's not in the headlines right now. The headlines right now are, Bill Gates, gave STDs to his wife, right? Who cares, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, nobody really cares. Like, oh, he's a douchebag, but we already knew that. Like, what we need exposed is the blackmail ring that has got complete control of the U.S. federal government.
Like, I think there's less evidence of a blackmail ring now. I think it's mostly just he would just provide this to people who wanted it, and he was just doing his whole money laundering thing. And I mean, the blackmail seems to be the least of evidence there is. I mean, you would think that, like, just instinctually, this is what's going on because that's what he has power on people. But I think it's also could be just at this point, like maybe he just facilitated, like that guy Lemon, or what is it, something Black? Because I forget his name. He's what was the CEO of? Like they have evidence of him like biting a 7-year-old's vagina and making her bleed out. That's in files.
Baz was bringing it up.
Like that.
No, I hadn't even heard that one. God damn.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's disgusting. And why are we not prosecuting? Why are we not why is no one looking into this? Why are we not looking into it?
This is where libertarians need to step up and say, your monopoly justice system is a complete and utter failure. And let's not pretend to all you minarchists out there say, well, we got to have a minimal justice system. We got to have cops and courts. And and I'm looking at you, Jacob Hornberger. I love you, buddy. But he swears by government courts. And is there a bigger example of a total failure and breakdown when the monopoly runs the justice system? It's not available to you. Okay, so
one of us was just in court.
Yeah, I'll talk about that in the after hours.
Well, yeah, and I mean, to Otto's point, I'd like to see more direct evidence of blackmail and less like just using induction to think like, well, maybe. But nonetheless, we know that. Hold on. Let me finish. We know that Epstein has links to Mossad, or at least to like Israeli intelligence, right? We know this has been established fact. So whether it's through blackmail or even if it's just like funneling money, he was this financier, right? Like they had literally no credentials to be such a
zero,
and then somehow was able to convince all these people to give them his money. Something's going on there. It might not necessarily be blackmail. It might just be basically a scam to move money into the military-industrial complex, into Israel, into all these sorts of things. So,
I mean, there was a white pill in the files. The fact that Ron Paul was mentioned and that he was not. I mean, that was a white pill. The fact that like, all right, so all it is just like political influence.
I wish I would have found
financial influence.
There was a reel that was highlighting that stuff.
I'll pull it up. We can talk about it in the after hours.
Norm Finkelstein got a good mention as well. Did you see his name mentioned?
No.
Who's Norm Finkelstein?
He sounds like he wouldn't get a good mention in the files.
He's one of the greatest anti-Zionist commentators, professor. The dude is freaking amazing. Anyway, somebody invited him to go to Epstein's Island. I forget. I'll have to pull it up, but he responded by saying that both you and him should be strangled to death. Like, I'm like, no, I'm not going there, and fuck you for even suggesting such a thing. You know, like, which is the correct response.
Yeah, but it's I don't think anything's going to come of it. It's just going to be a nothing burger, and
it's going to be a nothing burger from the justice system, but. Is there a boiling point? Like if you don't have access to the quote unquote legitimate official justice system, what do you have? Won't eventually this spill over into some kind of vigilante justice or even civil war? Or I mean, are people just going to just forget about this like they forgot about the U.S. government manufacturing the COVID vaccine? I mean, the COVID virus.
This might get memory hold. I mean, it might because it's not like one group. It's not like this was just Democrats. Like this was a circle of just Democrats or just Republicans. Mostly, if it was just Republicans, that would definitely get remembered. That's why this whole thing got brought up, is because Donald Trump was accused of being in the Epstein files by Elon Musk. And that's when like the leftists grabbed onto it and really started like stoking the flames of it, and
Elon wanted to go. He just couldn't get the invite.
I know.
He was he was too much of a dork. They're like,
like this guy's
he's too cringe. Loser. We don't want him in our child rape orgies.
What about this story? Epstein files reveal prosecutor's announcement dated before his death.
Yeah, why don't we have a timestamp on that? Like when
the file dump includes multiple draft statements from federal prosecutors about the sex trafficker's death. One of them dated the day before Epstein died.
Why would you put that kind of thing in the official records, or even create a rough draft of that? Just out of arrogance? And that's your workflow?
Or I mean, these people are incompetent. It probably just fell through the cracks.
Or the fact, I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, there was a picture, there was photos circling around that he was still alive in Tel Aviv. There was a picture, it looked like a bearded Epstein, and those pictures of his gnome, but that he's still alive. But the main thing is that like he had a handle prior to his quote death or becoming unalive, but he was avid on I don't know. I mean, I'm not a gamer.
Servers.
Yeah. So
Fortnite.
and yeah, I think it was like Fortnite. So his handle on Fortnite is still in existence, or his handle on and showing that he was still active in Tel Aviv up until recent. Now
there are so many things that point to his possibility of still being alive.
Exactly.
Any one of them could be dismissed, but you have to look at it as a whole and being like, he had enough money and connections. Could he not buy his way out of a situation like that?
Yeah, totally. And I mean, the other thing too is like, wait a minute. Don't you think they think about that? It's like, I'm sorry. Like, I think maybe the last thing you'd think of is like, oh, let me go change my like PlayStation game handle or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like, that's like maybe very low on the priority. And over time, I mean, that shit gets revealed.
Or now, what if it's part of the op, right? Because it's always an op, right? Like you think you discovered something, but really it's like, why did they want to give that to you? Like, why did they like? It's not like they didn't know they're going to give that to you.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like it could be that, or it could just be that they're retarded.
What if it was one of these like red herring kind of situations where like get the theorists working on this thing, fill some headlines and conspiracy channels, and get them thinking about this stupid thing, which won't go anywhere, right? Because they just made a stupid document like, hey, this will drive them nuts. Let's dump that in there, right? Like, could
I don't
could
just
that
want to.
could
Kevin
that be
here.
part of that? Like, baffle them with bullshit and just overwhelm them with fake avenues of investigation.
Yeah, to Kevin's point here, I don't think it's going to be as easily as memory hold, because this crisscrosses like basically 4 administrations that we know of.
Yeah.
So Bush, Obama, Orange Daddy.
It might not be memory hold, but
Biden,
like, is anything
Orange
actually
Daddy.
going to happen?
Yeah,
Right. I mean, he
what,
showed
if
up on those
something
planes
were to
back
happen,
I mean, it's like
what would it
JFK
look
hasn't been memory hold, but like, it's not like the true
No one cares.
assassin
Yeah,
has
like-
been brought to justice.
no
If there
political will.
was going to be justice in this, what would it look like? Where would it come from? What would we be seeing?
Maybe
Some
these
Luigis.
people implicated in the files. Yeah, like some rogue Luigi Mangionis out there that just like, hey, surprise, Peter Nygaard. Like, you're talking
I
about.
mean, that would be a great thriller movie. Just someone that just hunts down the Epstein files people, you know, like just
That's a
they
great
start
movie.
disappearing.
Yeah, they just.
It's what needs to happen. I hate to say it, but like, I'd like to live in a world where those people on the list are begging for official justice, so they can avoid the street
Vigilante justice. Yeah.
Right.
right? Because I mean, these people, what would be done to them would be worse than what they did to little kids, and it would be ugly. Like, they really should be begging to go put in that federal country club, right? Like, for the rest of your life.
It's funny because I just heard I forget where I was listening to this, but they said pretty much the whole reason that we know about this whole Epstein thing at all was because 2 girls were fighting in a high school back in Miami in 2005. 2 girls got into a fight at a school, and one girl called the other one a prostitute and accused her of being a prostitute. And they found $300. Like, once the parents started digging, the school started digging, they found $300 in her purse in cash. And that's when she came and like pretty much admitted that she was going to Epstein and giving him, going over to his house, bringing girls over and like giving them massages and shit. So it all started from a schoolyard fight, pretty much. Yeah.
Because remember, there was that guy.
It's
There was
insane.
that Netflix documentary about it, and that's when, like, early on, and when did that come out on Netflix? It came out like, I don't know. It was like the real Jeffrey
Couple years
Epstein.
ago,
I
right?
watched like 2 episodes of it. But that's when, Trump was dissing himself. Like, I knew Jeffrey Epstein. I knew him. But once I found out about him, he was banned from Mar-a-Lago. I banned him. I found out about it. Because here's the crazy thing is the fact that in the fucking files that have just been like released is Trump was praising the sheriff of that county, whatever county that was outside of Miami, or like where's Mar-a-Lago? Where's that in Florida on the
It's not
America's
Broward
penis?
County, is it?
It's no, I don't know. Anyways, maybe someone in the chat can help us out.
Mm.
But he was basically praising that sheriff, like, I'm glad you're bringing charges against that creep Jeffrey Epstein.
That rival child trafficker that I want to see taken down so I can traffic kids.
Like, he's just like, and it's just almost as like, oh, he wasn't really
Palm Beach
principled
County.
about it. Okay, yep, that makes sense. So
Nazism.
Oh,
And remember,
Look at
their
The tip.
main
The
Trump's
tip.
main beef was that
Yes.
Epstein had stolen one of his child prostitutes,
Mhm.
right? That from the massage girls or whatever.
say what?
I mean, so that's
I didn't
how,
hear
like,
that.
I mean, this is how MAGA.
Like he was stealing staff from Mar-a-Lago.
I heard it was a business. It was a property deal. He wanted to buy a property behind Donald Trump, behind Mar-a-Lago, and Trump. I don't know. They were both going after the property,
Yeah.
and that's what pissed off Trump. And so Trump was like, "Fuck you." And then
But he spun it. He spun it in the
reconstructed
public
narrative
eye.
after the fact.
maybe
Yeah.
He's put it in the public eye, like, like, oh, like he's Jeffrey Epstein's a creep and he's engaged in some things that are not conducive to business here at Mar-a-Lago, and I had to ban him. And he was like thanking the sheriff in the files that you're looking into this. So
Kevin has a question here. How do you feel about Britain's reaction against Prince Andrew? Is that the type of accountability that you'd want to see?
Did they guillotine him?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. They just like
Then
kicked him out of
no.
the royal
Then
family,
no.
right? Or
Not
something.
good
Oh
enough.
no.
Not good enough. He
It's
doesn't
not
get
good
access.
enough.
He doesn't get access to the royal sex slaves in the Tower of London anymore.
Yeah.
Like, ooh,
I don't
doesn't
know.
get-
It's there's some accountability, just something where you have
something.
you have to
Anything.
you have to face which is what Prince Andrew has to face now, right? I mean, if that's all they could get on him, I mean, it's something.
At least
It's better
it's-
than him walking around in society. Just I don't know.
Being the
'Cause then
president.
again, as libertarians, but how would we solve this? And Capistan, like, how would you solve that?
This is where
could do
you-
the
this
Bob
is-
Murphy's, thing where he talks about, oh, everyone has to kick this guy out until the only place he's allowed is these penal colonies that
Let's.
he has to
Okay,
go
I've got
to.
the answer. We take a lesson from the Jews, okay,
Uh-oh.
and the use of the Shabbos goy, right? Where to
Oh.
you want to adhere to their principles, but somebody's got to turn the lights on and off in the synagogue. So you bring in a goyim, okay, and their job is to turn the lights on and off. It has to be done, even though it's not consistent with your principles. So libertarians, we need someone perhaps from the Minfash Caucus
I was gonna say, bring in Kyle
that
Wagner.
that can do executions. Okay, like where of course I don't support that because I'm a libertarian, but I've got some friends, and like
I got
there's
some
gotta be
friends
a
with
way
some
to-
wood chippers
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's got to be a
that
way
are just
to
lying
make it work.
dormant.
I know a few business owners that have that do tree services that just have a wood chipper that might be available at any given
Like-
time.
I'll be willing to be somewhere else, and I where I respect the non-aggression principle, the NAP. You can implement the slightly less aggression.
Slightly
The slap.
less.
Slap.
Yeah, the slap.
Slap.
The slightly less aggressive principle.
Yeah, I mean that does raise a good
Yeah,
point.
that's
Is
a
that
podcast
what's
title.
going on in Britain? Is it just they're essentially isolating him from society and just ostracizing?
Like
Which
the
is-
way they did Jimmy Savile? No. Or like, I mean,
It's
like
all
I think
PR
if
though. I
he's
mean, that's the
being
thing.
punished-
Yeah.
Is it really?
I'm not saying
like,
it's genuinely what's happening,
If he's
but
being punished, it's for letting it be known to
Mm.
those little people and the peasants. Like that's where you went wrong. It's not what you did with the children. It's the fact that you let yourself bring shame to our
to the
royal
dynasty,
family.
to the
right?
royal. Yeah.
So they don't. I don't think anybody's going to say like, "Oh my goodness!" Like I'm sure the king was shocked, right? He was literally like hanging around with Jimmy Savile for decades of child molestation. So, is
Yeah,
England
I mean-
an example?
To go back to
maybe not.
like what Otto was talking about, it's like I don't know. I mean, the whole sexual blackmail has been used throughout history as a tactic, as like a war tactic. And so I was listening to Jay Dyer the other day, and it's just like I didn't realize this, but like there was a Japanese empire there was a Japanese general during the Japanese Empire in like early 1900s that basically set up like brothels in China to gather intel and to basically track down Chinese officers and generals and then like give up tactical secrets, etc. So it's like that's the other aspect of this whole Epstein thing is just to like to gather intel to for the greater Israel, for AIPAC, for dominating our foreign policy, to compromising politicians, to do the will of AIPAC. So it's I don't
It's an unavoidable topic too of like the Jewish supremacist like attitude,
the mindset
and
too,
the way he
because you
talks,
can't.
and like blew me away.
Yeah.
I never would expect him to say stuff like that. I
Yeah.
figured he was just some
Oh, they're just
run-of-the-mill,
goyim. They're
scumbag.
just cattle. They
So
just
the
use
question
them.
is like, how are people going to respond? I think they're just going to line up and vote again. Like
Well,
even watching all of this
You know
stuff
that-
play out, like
The
you know,
elections will
crazy
continue.
politician is bought and paid for, and they're guilty of child trafficking, and
Well-
they're at best complacent, at worst deeply involved, and everyone's just going to be like, well, whatever.
But
We're
then
just going to
here's
go
the
back
thing.
and vote. And if
Exactly.
somehow the voters' opinion makes any difference. Like this is the saddest part of the whole thing.
The fact that, like, okay, so we just came off of Super Bowl, right? And all this is coming out this week, but we just had Super Bowl weekend. The owner of the Patriots just gave like a fuck ton of money for this fight anti-Semitism shit, right? He's spending all this money. He's literally setting up a command center in the New England Patriots facilities. And I'm going to pull up the docs because this shit is real. CBS News did a whole report that this whole organization, that this millionaire Robert Kraft, who's the owner of the Patriots, who was caught basically getting hand jibbers at probably at Asian massage parlors that engage in human trafficking, right?
He was hanging out with Tucker.
Yeah, he was getting the
Who
old.
was that congresswoman that was doing that? He should hang out.
Congresswoman getting rubbing tugs.
She was on the giving side.
Wait a minute.
Just rubs.
Oh, she was just rubs. She wasn't part of the tugs. But anyways, I digress.
Who was that? What was her name?
I don't know.
She's kind of good looking.
What?
So wait, there was a congressman that was giving rub and tug? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Oh, in the theater? In the movie theater?
Yeah.
What was her name? She was like, she was like
not
a
the worst congressperson.
She was like a Trumper. What's her name?
Lorena Bobbitt or whatever.
Yeah,
Bobert.
Bobert.
That was just like she was just
Well, it wasn't over the pants handy.
I'm not kink shaming. I do not kink shame. Okay, that is like if Congress people were just doing that, I'd be way happier if that's all they spent all their days doing.
Anyways, where's this document? You got it?
Here, I got it. I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up right now. So while all this shit is going on, and let me see if I can if I don't boomer this out here. So here we go. Yeah, dude, this is wild, man.
This whole shit's wild, man.
So while this is going on,
tracking hate speech online. It shows coming from the
Let me go back.
Day. Inside the Patriots Stadium, a command center of stats tracking hate speech online. It shows where time
the
of
football stadium.
It's trending.
Yeah.
Why are they doing this at the football stadium?
Saw that not only is hate and anti-Semitism growing across the country, it's disproportionately growing on college campuses and in high schools.
Which is part of the reason Kraft says he partnered with the United Negro College Fund and the Jewish organization Hillel International to host unity dinners throughout the country.
So let's get to it.
Baruch College students Aiden Herzlinger and Akish L. are among the more than 450 students who've attended at least one of the dinners.
What do you talk about at these dinners?
The dinners are about finding commonalities between the Black community and the Jewish community. So we really talk about anything and everything. It's not
How
just
we could
about
work together to
politics and
exterminate the
opinions, it's about
Palestinians.
treating each other as humans.
We mainly talked about our families, why we have communities, and how our communities are similar more than different.
Why Jewish students with Black students?
Because historically we had that connection. It's a connection that's gotten a lot done. And I think we can continue to get a lot done if we come together.
And when you heard those students talk about the history of Blacks and Jews working together, consider this. In June of 1964, 3 college students fighting for civil rights in Mississippi were murdered by the Ku Klux Klan with law enforcement. Those activists were James Chaney, Andrew Goodman, and Michael Schwerner. Chaney, a Black man, Goodman and Schwerner, Jewish. Right now, we know those bonds have been challenged by a war in which more than 1,200 people have been killed in Israel and over 70,000 in Gaza. But you guys, overwhelmingly, his message he's saying is we shouldn't tolerate it for anyone. You know, whether you're Jewish, whether you're Black, whether you're Latino, whether you're Asian, it shouldn't.
Yeah, whatever. But it's like, why the fuck is this going on? It's like,
I don't understand that's in the football stadium.
Yeah, they have a whole command center where they're like monitoring social media posts, where they're looking at
playing football and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, there was a time when the New England Patriots actually just filmed the opponents. Now they're like filming all of us and tracking all of us. You know, they used to just,
they used to spy on the other team. Yeah,
spy on the other team. Now they're just spying on all of us for looking for hate speech.
There's a whole new meaning to Spygate.
But hasn't the Super Bowl been like always like the bleeding edge of surveillance and right? Like
The
facial
Super Bowl?
recognition and like one of the highest. They try out all the new tech. Like
Maybe.
Yeah,
it's not the first year this has come up. Like,
well, this wasn't during the Super Bowl. It
was like pre.
It's like he's transformed because he owns the stadium, or well, pseudo owns the stadium or whatever.
Yeah.
So he's just repurposed it for this, surveillance bullshit.
Hate speech. I mean,
what do
he
you
gave
do
a
with
signed
this
helmet to
taxpayer-funded-
Netanyahu the other day?
You've got this giant taxpayer-funded stadium that's only used once a week. Like, you might as well
For half the year.
run some ops out of there.
Might as well.
Just sitting there doing nothing. Might as well run some ops.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, they talk about like a lot of like oh, well, the Jewish people have always been a supporter of the black. It's like it kind of it seems like they were the ones who started the civil rights movement, and they used black people to pass legislation to help them.
How are black people treated in Israel? That'd be interesting.
Yeah. How are they doing over there?
I mean, think about it.
I don't
Like,
think there's that
Jewish
many of them.
Like Jewish people started the NAACP. Like they were the ones who started. Like, and I talked about this. Like Martin Luther King, his speechwriter was a Jewish communist guy. Like, what?
Yeah. No. They're the
Wait, how do you like one of the founders was a Jew of the NAACP. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because they used blacks during the civil rights movement as a means to the end, and they used it to like, oh well, now it's like hate speech, now it's a racism, now it's this,
and they got a lot of. It's like they taught them like, hey, this is identity, this is your identity victimhood. Like, this is what you should say, this is what you should do. It's like, oh, okay.
And that's where we are now.
Maybe.
That's where we are now.
But
I mean,
were
look at
also
that.
Getting victimized as black people. Like,
I mean, that's not deniable, but it's like, how
you don't really need someone to come along and say, "Hey, you're getting
like the
victimized."
communists taught them how to be agitators, like how to agitate, and
yeah, sure,
and it's mean. And then along with
the communists are the ones that know how to get that shit done.
Because the other aspect too, no, I don't know. The other aspect too is like there were others within, like, all right, here's what we can do. Let's just subvert or just avoid these institutions and do it out on our own. We don't need to like get involved in this. But it's just like they interjected and created the chaos. They interjected and created more chaos. And that seems to be
it's consistent with their strategy for the Greater Israel Project, which literally includes the whole world.
They always inject themselves into culture in some way or the other, create chaos and conflict, and it's always to the gain. And it's like what is the? I mean, we see it now with the Epstein files and everything.
Look
APAC,
at the people.
And the foreign policy and everything. And then it's just like in the Super Bowl, they're running a stupid fucking commercial about like stop anti-Semitism, and like the owner of the Patriots that funded this shit, this whole movement. It's like, and it's the most faking gay commercial that I've ever seen. I was like, how? You know what? You know why anti-Semitism exists? Because they just committed a fucking genocide, and we're just about to get into another war in Iran.
And you've got the ADL. You've got the ADL saying that if you're anti-Zionist, you are anti-Semitic. Like
exactly.
The ADL and these other groups they're insisting it. So if people eventually believe it,
I
don't agree with it. But
if you just criticize Israel, it's just like equal. It's just like equated, like you just hate Jews, and it's like, what the fuck? I thought I was American. I thought I had free speech. Like I thought I was able to criticize whoever the fuck. My own government, foreign governments, whoever the fuck. Like if I want to burn an Israeli flag right now,
Did anyone ever put a blue sticky note on your book bag to cover up anti-Jewish stuff? Did a black guy ever do that to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck was that? I'm just
Dirty
remembering right now.
And would they capitalize "dirty Jew"? Like would all caps? Like
wait, it's all caps. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have like a pad of.
It was just it was mostly verbal abuse.
Really? I mean, it's just like I don't know. In my experience, I mean, granted, I went to Catholic school pretty much my whole life. I never witnessed any like bullshit like that.
I mean, there was
especially now in 2025.
It's just it's just finding something to tease somebody about when you're friends with them, right?
Right. Yeah.
That's what it was for me. Like I wasn't actually being like ostracized for being Jewish or anything like that. Or,
Right.
Like, picked on.
It was so
like
fake
South
gay,
Park,
like
right?
black kid, like, oh, I know how it feels, bro. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, what do you mean? It's 2025.
I think it's like, hey, it's you and me against those white guys.
Yeah,
know, like,
Right. But it's hilarious though because
we
you
got to
look at,
stick
like,
together and
that's what I
support
mean.
each other.
Stop Asian hate. Remember that whole thing? Stop Asian hate.
Yeah.
And then they realized
Happy or
who was
whatever.
the one doing the hating, and who was the one that was hating the. They were like, never mind. We'll move on.
Yeah, the ones trying to get them like restricted from college admissions because they get too many of the scholarships and
right.
It's so fucking retarded. Like all this shit is co-opted. It's all
But you know,
just
this just be aware of it and look out for it. The Asian hate, you see it in like this anti-H-1B visa thing. You know, like, oh, let's make sure we don't have these Indian programmers and these Chinese physicians, and like it spills over everywhere. Like it's just as irrational.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, yeah, I mean, a libertarian society, but we don't want to go there. We don't want to go there. Preserving Western society. I mean, we were talking off air before.
We do
I
need
think
to
we should
get
save
into
that for the
how-
after.
We do need to get into that, and we
Do
can
we
do
want
it
to?
after
Do we want
hours.
to now, or
But well, Tom Wood, you guys saw the Tom Woods. It spills over from the Epstein thing because I think we can all agree when we come away from the Epstein thing is that the voters are a joke. That you don't have the slightest control over what these psychopaths are doing, and they're completely out of control, and it's a complete barbaric shit show, right? So to come out with like, oh, my votes, but we got to do something about the votes, right? It's completely absurd. So Tom Woods comes out with a show with Jeremy Kauffman, and do you have a graphic of one of that recent tweet that he posted? Just like Jeremy Kauffman has gone.
I don't think I want to put that on here because
He's gone off the deep end. Like he was always kind of like I don't know, borderline, or maybe I'm just paying more attention. But like he's literally like calling people the N-word on Twitter, and is like this, my culture, my heritage, my white pride, basically.
He's turning into the crying Nazi, right? It's like,
is he?
It's shocking. He's really moved in that direction.
I mean, isn't he Jewish?
well, that would explain it.
I mean,
I
is
don't
he
know.
literally a Nazi?
But he's
I don't know.
Anyway, so
Yeah,
he did this show with Tom Woods, and Tom Woods starts out the show by going like, we studied Murray Rothbard and we know all these libertarian principles, but I'm so scared that it's time to rethink, this freedom thing, basically. And he literally starts out by saying, we're just going to put our principles aside because we have an existential threat, right? Like, and that's literally what and like, wow, this existential threat, like I don't even know what he's talking about. So I would like to sort of evaluate this. It's just really sad. I feel like yet another one
what are
has
you
sort of
talking
slipped.
What exactly are you referring to?
To Tom Woods?
Yeah,
become like, I mean,
a conversation he had with Kauffman, you're saying, right?
yeah, for this episode
Tom
where
Woods
they
show.
basically sit around and just like extol the virtues of their European culture and how it's superior, and they need to keep the others out. And we need to put our libertarian principles on hold because this is so serious. It's literally an existential threat.
Well, I mean, I don't want to justify. I don't know.
So the European culture that produced communism, the European culture that produced whatever the fuck's going on in Great Britain right now with like gun control and knife control
and surveillance state and the King of England
and yeah, monarchy.
Well, I don't think that came. I don't think
some of those guys like monarchy. So I mean, but
Kauffman said that he'd be okay with open borders with Western Europe. He's okay with those guys.
Okay.
So I guess France, he likes the French, the British, the King of England and Jimmy Savile, who we were talking about. And the gun control, like,
well, I guess the other aspect too. And let me just like, they're heavily, so it was Jeremy Kauffman and he said it was Dennis Pratt. So they're heavily involved in the Free State Project. So there is something, and I saw a tweet that LPNH put out, and I was just like, yeah, I kind of agree with that. Like, if you were trying to create a libertarian homeland, you have to be very selective on who you allow in, and you know, so I think that's kind of what they're creating. Like, their whole goal, the whole goal of the Free State Project is to be surrounded by like-minded individuals.
But what kind of like-minded? Like you said, libertarian?
Right. But what I'm getting at is you can't allow people that are the complete antithesis in your, if you're trying to achieve a goal, if you're trying to create a libertarian society, okay, within your borders of the state of New Hampshire,
you want to let in libertarians. But how do you identify who's not a libertarian?
Well,
like, you can't just assume people from a specific.
You send ICE door to door, and you
can't be like, well, we can't let anybody from South American because none of them are libertarians.
Well, I guess
like,
what I'm getting at,
actually incorrect.
I guess what I'm getting at, and I'm not trying to like, and I might have to go and listen to the podcast. What I'm getting at is you have to be a little bit more select. You have to gatekeep the fuck out of people. You have to be a gatekeeper.
What do you mean by gatekeep? Like gatekeep at your own, on your own property or on someone else's property?
Well, and
Government property.
Yeah, I guess you have to be a little bit more attuned to what's going on within your communities, within your society, with what's going around.
But there's other methods, right? Like we talked about before, ostracism. We talked about like a community is not.
That's what LPNH is doing.
Well, yeah, but they're trying to ostracize anybody that isn't just a complete racist.
So, well, I guess it's kind of like
they don't want socialists there. That's how you revolt them. That's how you get them to leave.
You just say, "Don't fucking come here." Like,
can I just clarify? I just want to have a question to see if you can clarify this. They want a libertarian homeland, right?
Yes.
But to do that, we can't use libertarianism. We need ICE.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm just saying.
And this is how we get a libertarian homeland.
Partnering
with
I mean, hold on. Going back to what I was saying, like, yes, Otto, like,
just help me understand.
Like using social media to try to ward off certain people you don't want is, I would say, a libertarian way of doing that. Sure.
Just being such a dick that nobody wants to move to your neighborhood.
I mean,
okay, all right. I don't like it, but I'll accept it in a free.
Like, fine, I'm fine with that. I'm not fine with like rounding people up and like putting them in helicopters and throwing them out of here.
But maybe that's what needs to happen,
removal, so to speak.
But I'm just saying, like, who do you remove? Like, do you just remove like who do you remove? Like people that
well,
like if someone says I'm a leftist, okay, you get removed. But like, what if someone
people who self-identify, get them gone first?
Like
anybody
you're not welcome here.
Anybody who doesn't agree with ICE needs to be arrested by ICE.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you should be like.
So Otto seems like he's coming from the sort of ostracism viewpoint, and I would support that. Yeah, like I don't want to
uncomfortable.
I wouldn't want to associate with someone who wants to take my property from me, right?
Yeah, or someone
but yet
that doesn't.
I live with a frickin' school board. Okay, like. If we want to talk about people coming after my property, we really need to be honest about who these people are. The biggest person coming after my property is the school board. Then it's the state of Pennsylvania. Then it's the federal government. It's not a roofer. Okay, it's not a tomato.
You're hung
picker.
up on this. You're hung up on the illegal immigrants.
The illegal stuff.
We're just saying.
Let's not worry about that. Let's focus on
they're concerned about who's coming in legally. They are concerned about having their culture watered down by something that they consider to be inferior. Either they don't say genetically, but they're basically saying it like
remember Jeremy's video?
Disgusting collectivist way.
Remember the video? Like, we need to build a wall at the border of Massachusetts. You know what I mean? Like, we cannot allow. Like, that's funny.
Yeah, hold on. But I haven't seen this video that Babs is talking about. I mean, are they explicitly saying like we need to stop migration from Mexico, from South America? Like, are they explicitly saying that? Are they
You
like
have to listen to
implicitly saying
yourself. I admit I could only get about 8 minutes into it.
I'm going to listen to it.
Trying.
I mean,
It
yeah,
was
I
so
get
revolting.
cringy when I hear people talking about Western culture, because like, how do you define that, right? Like, how do you define that? Western culture composes
Pretty
so many
simple.
different things, right?
I don't know. You said it's pretty simple. Break it down.
Okay,
Maybe
explain Western culture.
Maybe we could break it down.
Think about anything that has to do with the Enlightenment, anything that has to do with classical liberalism, all the founding principles of liberty and all of that tradition. That's all Western values. Christianity, it's all Western values.
But you realize though that a lot of those principles of liberty came from ancient Persia, right? And Ceres. And
Code of Hammurabi.
Like these were quoted by the American founding fathers as their inspiration.
Show me that.
But
I would like to see that.
I'd be happy to, but I'm just telling you, nobody has a claim on that.
Yeah.
Like they can't say, well, we came up with freedom.
Well, do you see that coming out of?
I mean, Christianity certainly didn't come from the West.
That doesn't come. That doesn't come out. Go ahead.
But that's where it thrived. Yeah, it didn't come from the West, but that's where it thrived, and that's
well. Look, ideas, memes, they spread throughout history, time, and places. Right? It's
and explain sub-Saharan Africa. Why is that a shithole?
Why are these shitholes in the world?
There's a guy literally posting.
I mean, that's mostly colonialism. It's mostly colonialism.
Okay,
they came in, they extracted all the resources, and then they left these people to just live in huts.
They did not. You don't extract resources. That's not what happened. Like Rhodesia and South.
Look at what happened to India. India was a flourishing country before the British, East Indian Tea Company.
Oh yeah.
So
how about what they did to
shitting in the
China?
river and then drinking it? Like that's the British. That's the British's fault.
The British were also like, "Hey, let's make sure the Chinese are importing enough opium."
I'm not indemnifying.
They weren't doing that shit before the British showed up. Is what I'm trying to say. Now, I mean, yes,
shitting in the river and drinking it and dumping their dead bodies in it. Like they weren't eating cow shit like before either. Before the British showed up, like there's just some like they weren't worshiping all the
who cares who they were worshiping? Everyone's worshiping something.
Well, I don't know. Well, I would.
I mean, that's the thing. This ultimately comes into like it's about Christianity, and that's why Tom Woods is up in a tizzy.
Well, have
and all
you
these
seen the
people are up in a
backwards ass
tizzy.
shit they do in like the hills of Tennessee or the swamps of Louisiana? You think it's any different?
Yeah.
What the hell? No. I mean,
you guys can avoid this stuff, but like, why does
it have to be? Why can't we just call it? We want classical liberalism. We want freedom. We want enlightenment.
And like, I would rather live next to Thomas Sowell.
But any human mind is capable of ascertaining these ideas, of learning these ideas, of
absolutely
being inculcated with these ideas. There's nothing genetically different about the brain.
Inbreeding keeps people's IQs down.
I mean, tell that to the
like
the
Ashkenazis. Like you just said, people in the hills and
Somalis. Do you really want to say that people with a higher IQ should have one set of rights, and people that I think have a lower
I did not
IQ
say
should have
that.
a different
I just
set?
said,
Well, when you say like,
that.
well, we've got these people from sub-Saharan Africa.
Well,
maybe we don't want them to mix with us.
I mean, all right, without getting too in the weeds with on the the IQ stuff. I mean, let's be honest. Those that have lower IQs aren't really adept to understand these principles and ideals and to actually carry it out in their livelihood. They're going to rely on socialism, government. They're you know what I mean? Like they're gonna.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
It's kind of like when you.
I mean, I will guarantee everyone named in that Epstein list has an IQ, an above average IQ,
and they went to college. You're going to find more socialists at college than you will from high school dropouts.
Right. And they're the
well,
ones
those aren't Western values either.
Well,
those aren't Christian values either.
What you're saying is incoherent. On the one hand, you're saying like we shouldn't let people in from certain countries because they have lower IQs. And on the other hand, you're saying we already have people in this country with high IQs that are communists. Like, I mean, I agree. Like, if you are building a community, you should have the people that you want in that community, and people that try to join it that you don't like, you should ostracize and make them not want to be in your community. Like, I'm on board.
And I'm saying we failed.
I'm
saying we failed at that because we did allow so many people in, these communists and stuff, and they've been allowed to subvert our culture for over 100 years now. They've
What do you mean our culture? What are you talking about?
American culture.
What is that?
See, how come you can sit there and say
It's such a vague term.
Right there is that's the fruit of communist perversion.
But Otto, I'm asking you, how do you decide who's communist?
What is
them out?
American culture to you, Babs?
Because you're saying America doesn't have culture.
America has 350 million culture. Culture is a collectivist concept. The individual, every individual has their own culture.
What are some things where you could go throughout this country that we all kind of like?
Would you say that? Would you tell?
I don't think there's
common
anything.
denominator.
Hold on, guys. Let's one at a time here.
I don't think there's anything specific to every American culture where you've got Hispanic cultures in the South, Native Americans, you've got Norwegian descendants, you've got Amish, you've got California hippies, you've got every single ethnic group, Asians, African descents, people from the Caribbean. Nobody gives a everybody is an individual. Nobody says this is American culture. What's American culture? What you eat like you're Amish?
Okay.
If you're Amish,
here's the word that we're missing. Assimilation.
Ooh, like the Borg. Gross.
No. You assimilate. You actually like, hey, I can actually speak the language and actually like get like understand cultural norms.
Didn't you grow up in Pennsylvania?
No, but Babs, here we are.
You grew up in Pennsylvania, Alex?
I did. I grew up in Reading, Pennsylvania.
Do you speak Pennsylvania Dutch?
I could speak German a little bit, yes.
But you've barely assimilated. Okay.
I could speak a little bit. I could speak German. But yeah,
So
because
could
it's like, all right. I'm amongst Amish.
You're allowed to exist in Pennsylvania. Then.
Okay, so I can speak amongst the Amish, but I assimilated enough. But the fact that there's enclaves of parts of Reading, like the city that I grew up, the place I grew up in, where it's like if you don't speak, like it's like you've lived here for 20, 30 fucking years, you can't speak a word in fucking English.
But that's their own problem.
Well, no, but that's what I'm getting at. It's called assimilation.
Like
our broken immigration policy has allowed these enclaves and allowed like where, okay, let's put it this way.
Like Little Italy.
Okay, yes. Babs, to your
Italian market.
Babs, to your point, yes. There's so many different cultures throughout this country. There's so many
Christians,
different
Bab. Don't worry.
Diversity, different religions, etc. But the commonality is just like, it's kind of like, hey, you got to speak English. You got to do these things. You got to like, there's certain like a subset of like, when you go back to our parents, our grandparents, it's like, hey, when you immigrate here, it's like you're in America. Okay.
What about people
in
America?
Now it's become
speak
such
Spanish?
disjointed.
Well, hold on.
And you have all these individuals coming from countries that do
What if
not.
they were already here. For instance, I was in Miami recently, going through the airport. Literally, the people working at Subway did not speak English. I had more English speakers in Honduras that I was able to interact with than in Miami. But you know what? Miami was a Spanish city long before it was part of the United States. I'm the one who's the idiot for not knowing the local language. I don't expect them to know English. I'm the one that's in their city. What do I care?
That's a European language.
What difference does that make?
You're just making arbitrary rules now, dude.
No, I'm just saying, like you're like, but there's no culture.
If it comes from Europe, it's good. If it doesn't, it's bad.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that at all. There's this. It's just you try to like to sit there and like, oh, the Spanish, they've been here before us. But they are European. That's the language of the colonizer.
You're still thinking of like
supposed to be like. That's the name. You guys just see these things that are like, it's so clear in front of your face, but you're just like, nah, I'm going to deny that because somehow it might contradict with something. It might make someone feel uncomfortable, and it might.
I don't care about making people feel uncomfortable.
My culture, whatever you want to say, my culture, my lifestyle, whatever.
I mean, look,
it's better than.
I mean, I disagree with Bab. I think there are subcultures all over the place, right? There are subcultures, right? Like your relative here says, I think African American culture is unique to the United States. So like there certainly is a difference between like black culture and like other culture. But there's also
value is subjective. This is a subjective thing.
What's subjective?
Yeah.
Well, if you say, well, I like this culture, I like that culture, fine.
I'm not saying I like it. I'm just saying there exists different subcultures within whatever you want to call the United States culture, which really is a nebulous thing, right? But like, there's different subcultures of different people. Like you named the hippies, the whatever.
Yeah.
Like these cultures exist, and people do have characteristics within those cultures that they share.
Sure.
But not every individual is the same as another individual in that culture. Per se.
Exactly, and they overlap.
Yeah,
and they contradict, and there's every possible variation, and to the point where it really doesn't apply to even to categorize them.
I think
you got to start
it's
with
a lack
as an individual, not as these that the mind gets clouded when these collectivist concepts, are accepted.
It's not collectivist concepts. It's basically there's a lack of assimilation for
Who cares about assimilation?
Well, a lack of assimilation, and then the vast expansion of the welfare state, where you could literally live in this country and like you could just like live off of other individuals.
But someone has yet to show me that like that per capita, even that like immigrants are on more welfare than a white person.
Cato just revealed the opposite.
Yeah,
with a very detailed report.
Well, that's Cato.
I mean, we don't really look like Cato
really
here,
think,
but
yeah, listen,
but show me the proof. Show me the proof
when
of
your enemy, even when somebody that you don't really respect is making your case.
Okay, so I'm supposed to believe that illegal immigrants come to this country illegally. They don't do all, like, they skip all the whole process, but somehow they file a tax return. Come on, fuck off. That's stupid.
Well,
that's not welfare.
A lot of times taxes are automatically taken out.
No, that's
well, first of all, yes, there's payroll.
Right. Yeah. So because Cato's basing it off of like government fucking statistics, which we all know is fucking bullshit. Like government statistics are bullshit. When they're gonna track
what I've heard is that we could do that on the after hours because we're running out of time here. But what I've heard is that they actually pay a significant amount of taxes and they really don't get much out of it.
Nobody gets anything out.
I mean, no one gets anything out of it.
Like,
even the far.
This is where I would disagree with Cato.
They don't get
Cato acts like there's some benefit coming back from government. Okay, like I put that as a 0 to negative.
So we could all agree on that,
right?
Yes.
So it's
end
even,
show.
So
we all agree.
Even that makes it even
and that Christ
more.
is Lord. We all agree.
That makes our argument even longer.
Except for Jared. Babs,
Christ is King.
working
Say
on
it,
it.
Jared. Say Christ is Lord.
Say
Christ is.
I'm
The
not
power of Christ
anti-Semitic.
compels you.
Messiah, the Messiah was here. Accept him.
Oh man. Okay. Well, let's this is a good conversation. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's continue this on our after hours podcast, which we're going to record right after this. So we'll send you a live link. We'll get you can add access to the comment section. You can say what you want about me, whatever. Do whatever you want. But in order to do that, you have to sign up for our Patreon. Go to patreon.com/punkrocklibertarians. Sign up for as little as $3 a month. You get access to the whole back catalog of episodes too, and you'll be a part of the after hours show where the president is going to come. Unfortunately, he's not with us right now, so we can't play you that.
Yeah,
but
anyway, I need to get it fixed. I need to get the sound.
Yes, because I really like to hear what Joe Biden has to say about our overflow room.
Right. Sorry.
So please check us out over there. While you're at it, like, subscribe, leave us a comment, do all those things. All those things, please. It all helps out in the long run. Also, we have t-shirts for sale over at libertariancountry.com. Use the code PRL or PRL podcast for a 10% discount. Use the code PRL2 for a 20% discount when you spend $50 or more. And other ways to donate to the show, go over to prlfans.com and send us some Bitcoin. It's on sale right now, so hit us up.
Quick,
and until
send
next
us all your
time,
Bitcoin before it goes to 0.
until next time, live free
or die.